Today we are going to discuss nutrition. Obviously, what nutrition means. Nutrient or nutrition, sometimes we use synonymously. Nutrients mean the elements supplied to the plant where they can carry their metabolic process. You call them nutrients. For example, in general aspect, we mentioned nutrition is very important. You should ask such a term for a nutritionist, a man who is expert in order to recommend particular nutrient for a particular person, either they have a deficiency, for example. So in the diet, we have a diet. In the diet, simply, we have a diet. That is, for example, tea. That is diet for tea. Now there is carbohydrates. Other one is fats. There is vitamins, vitamins, and always minerals, and of course, water could be among the list. So these are called the diet, or simply called a balanced diet. Balanced diet means that these things should have an equal proportion. They should have a proper proportion of these. For example, on one hand, you are going to eat protein and you are going to deny carbohydrates, you will lack of energy. On one hand, you are going to eat a lot of eggs, but you don't eat vitamins and minerals. That means your immune system will be weak. So remember, these could be, and there should be, there must be in the diet is concerned. So you take these things as a diet, so I think it's better. As simple as, for example, these are going to be the element. Plus energy, that is life. Life is something we can define in many ways, just like to the character is concerned. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, sulfur plus energy that give us life, either a plant or animal. So carbon will make what carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. It will make hydrogen oxide, hydrogen peroxide. It will make nitrogen. They will make nitrite. Of course, they are going to be the plant food. They will make magnesium. They will make iron. This iron is also important, especially calcium, magnesium, iron is important to make a diamond in the case of polystone. Monosome, they will make polystone and ribosome. As far as especially they are the radical in DNA, and most proteins, some proteins which are very important, especially give example of keratin in my hair. That is disulfide rich. That is cysteine makes cysteine. That is sulfur containing protein have sulfur. So plus energy means ability, capacity to do work is called energy. So that they will mention what? Plant. In the case of plant, for example, that is plant. Do you know about plant? The plant is they have a vegetative plant. Then it makes something like reproductive form. That is plant is concerned. So it's been soil. Soil is going to be very, very important. How we will define soil? Soil means the outermost superficial layer. The outermost superficial layer where organism, especially plant, can get nutrient, moisture, mineral, called it soil. So of course, the soil is going to be the source, so they get the mineral, they get it from these. This is the system called the root system, that is called shoot system. Of course, the plant needs something very, very important. You supply these things in the form of soluble form, then it get these things, the plant could be healthy. And when compare plant into animal need a lot of energy, while plant need less energy as compared to animals concerned, because we need on the spot energy, while plant don't such a system even to cry. But the latest research tells us that they have such a system. They just behave like animal is concerned. Anyhow, soil is going to be the most important thing here. So the elements are going to be supplied from here. So these are going to be how it's been available. They are going to be available in soluble form. The latest research tells us. One of my friends is a professor of plant physiology Mr. Islamuddin. He did research on plant physiology. According to him, unlike symbiotic bacteria, non-symbiotic bacteria play an important role. So it's been working on the particular signal. He mentioned something very interesting. For example, sulfate, phosphate, these are available in insoluble form. So these are going to be oxidized. What? Oxidized by bacteria. And these are going to have available part of plant to absorb it. It's awesome, you know. So far we didn't mention how much carbon plant get it. It's okay. We know plant get it because they make photosynthesis. But the latest research, according to Mr. Islamuddin, that is 40% carbon is going to release by plant to the wet soil. This is awesome. You know, this is the latest research on plant physiology. So how much? Around about 200 chemicals they are going to release by plant. How many chemicals? 200. Mostly they are monosaccharide, trisaccharide, some organic acids are also here. But mostly they are amino acids. Amino acids mostly they are going to be released. So what about this specialty is? So bacteria during the work just like a signal on that thing, the oxidizing these things are going to develop and the chill form. So remember, plant needs something in a very large amount, like we'll give example, potash, phosphorus, sulfur, magnesium, calcium, and also going to be sulfur is going to be also here. It puts nitrogen here. So these things are going to be the macronutrients. What? Macronutrients they require in a large amount. What? In a large amount. Per day they are going to recommend 120 milligram per day. So according to research, while the rest they are going to be included and the rest are going to be excluded. The rest, which is called micronutrient, the micronutrient which are going to require 20 milligram per day. So they are very important. They are called primary macronutrient, they are called secondary macronutrient. One thing which I'm going to add the lecture, sometimes soil is going to be very important. Agriculture, soil culture, the crop, side crop is for agriculture. So agronomists, horticulturists, they're looking for the soil type. And of course, the most important factor is pH. pH is important. Some soil, for example, macronutrients are not going to be grow, which have a pH are going to low, while the micronutrients are not going to be grow, which have a high pH. That's why we are going to mention lime or magnesium or calcium add to the soil. So this lime are going to reduce the acidity. They reduce the pH, while calcium and magnesium in some cases they increase, they enhance the pH of the soil. So soil is going to be very, very important. Nutrient, in a nutshell, we can conclude it's plant and animal both are going to be organisms, both need elements. These elements are going to supply by, in the case of plant, called roots are going to absorb these things. What about the media concerned? Most cases they are going to be available in soluble form. If not available, who can perform the duty? Let us research guide us in a good way, and that is, of course, bacteria are going to do such a thing. And I hope that you will get further more. Thanks for your attention.